Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Monday, April the 7th, and you have got a case of the Mondays with me, Lyle Smith. How's it going, guys? What's up? What's going on? Who's staying warm? Yeah, staying warm, staying dry? You know? Kinda, sorta, not really. How about that weather this past week? If you're in Texas, man, we got hit with some stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I work out in Denton, and there's videos all over YouTube of some lady captured with her cell phone of the hailstones falling through the skylights at Walmart. And those skylights, those things seem pretty sturdy. I always thought. I used to work for Walmart, so I always thought those things were just, sturdy. You could see like the wires in them and everything. Plus, they got like a weird metal right below the skylights. So I guess it's supposed to try to keep it. I don't know, if something majorly big was to fall through there, it would catch it or break its fall. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, obviously, softball sized hailstones falling from the sky. I mean, those things are falling at a pretty high rate. They're gonna break through some stuff, and so I mean, on one hand, it's kind of scary for the shoppers who are in there, but on the other hand, it's kind of cool to see. I mean, because that's not something you see every day. Mother Nature, get that crazy, and so it's pretty neat. Pretty neat video. Check it out. Also, there's some pictures from same day. There is a Frisco Rough Riders game going on just down the street in Frisco. Frisco Rough Riders, they are the AA affiliates of the Texas Rangers. And in the background, just beyond the outfield wall, you could see a tornado in the background forming, or just on the ground touching down. So that's kind of cool pictures, pretty cool pictures, because right behind it you could see the sunset and everything. So it's kind of creepy, kind of cool though. If you're into those cool, kind of creepy-ish pictures of weather and everything like that outside. But anyway, what's going on, guys? Yeah, a funny way to start a show, huh? Talking about weather and everything. Hey, how about that? Hey, really quick, happy birthday to anybody with a birthday this week. May it be as wonderful and as special as any other birthday you've had, if not better. And here's to many more, and hopefully maybe they top, if not succeed, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Hopefully they're better. If not as good as your best birthday. So, happy birthday to you. Take care. Have fun. Be safe. Whatever, A very good luck to anybody with any type of, oh geez, what are you doing? Maybe you're writing a book report. Maybe I don't know why I just thought of that. Maybe you're, I know. Maybe you're playing in the Final Four or the NCAA basketball championship game today. Maybe you're playing in that. Well, good luck. Maybe you have a big, substantial amount of money invested in that game. Well, good luck. Man, Saturday was crazy, huh? Yeah, just good luck to any of you doing whatever it is that you do that is very important, that is causing you stress, that is giving you butterflies, that is causing you to lose sleep, whatever it may be. Good luck, best of luck to you. My good wishes and well wishes are with you. To those who had something very good go their way this past week, I know the lady behind me at McDonald's one of these past days this past week was very excited when she pulled up to the window and found out that her meal was already paid for by yours truly. Yeah, oh, Allah does have a heart. he seems kind of like a D-bag, but he's actually a really nice guy. Oh, so anyway, so yeah, that lady was all excited. So, if you do that type of thing, or you've had that type of thing happen to you, well, congratulations. That's awesome. Good job. High five. Just anything like that. Anything that made your week. You started out with a really just terrible week, or maybe started out the day with just like bad hair day. I get the same thing, even though I don't have any hair. I still got bad hair days. Yeah, best of awesome. Congratulations to you and yours, whoever. So, whoever you celebrated something good with. To those who didn't have anything good go this past week, hey, you know what? It's a new week, it's a new day, it's a new hour, it's a new second. You never know where the heck life is going to take you and where the heck life is going to go. All you can do is strap in and hold on for the awesome ride that it is about to give you. Whether it be good, whether it be sad. And always remember, there's always some good and some bad. So try to be one of those that sees the good in the bad and not the terrible in the bad. So, really quick, because baseball season is going on, I'm going to warn you right now, there's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot, of baseball talk on this show. I know I try to keep it directed more towards offbeat news, more towards stuff that nobody really talks about, stuff that you can't turn on Good Morning America or CNN and see something about. That's why you get the not so popular holidays that nobody really celebrates, like I did last week. That's why you get the 15 facts that you didn't know about St. Patrick's Day. Just weird stuff like that. That's what I try to keep this show about. I try to stay out of the mainstream stuff that you can just turn on the TV, turn on, just when you get on Yahoo, just to check your email, and how they have the little pictures scrolling and talking about stupid stuff, Kardashian this and Kanye that and whatever, So I try to keep it off of there, but because baseball season's around, you may hear a lot of stuff from ESPN, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of this stuff too. That catches my eye. That's all it is. It's just stuff that catches my eye. It's not anything like giving you the full rundown of everything that happened this past week. But something today happened, and I thought it was amazing. Well, Sunday, sorry. That I thought was really cool. Darvish became the fastest starter to 500 strikeouts. Yeah, he had 2 strikeouts to start the game out on Sunday in the first inning, and those 2 strikeouts gave Darvish 500 for his career in 401 and 2/3 innings. The Rangers right-hander becomes the fastest pitcher as a starter to ever reach 500 strikeouts. As far as number of innings it took to get there, Kerry Wood held the old record by doing it in 404 and 2/3 innings. Mark Pryor did it in 423 and 2/3 innings, and Steven Strasburg did so in 426 and 1/3 innings. So awesome. Congratulations, you Darvish. And it brings up the question, do you think Tanaka will do it? Do you think Tanaka will beat the record? Tanaka, I know, made his major league debut this past week, and he did end up winning, of course. So that's going to be something that's interesting to see. Also this past week, I'm sorry, I'm still talking baseball here. Excuse me. Roy Oswalt and Lance Berkman announced their retirement. They signed one-day contracts with the Astros so they can retire in an Astros uniform. That's not unlikely to see a player do. Sign a one-day contract just so they can put the uniform on and then announce retirement. So they retire as a whatever team they, sign that one-day contract for. So, those were players when I was in high school. Those were players that I used to go to a lot of Padres games. So going to games, those are players that I used to see a lot, especially Lance Berkman. I can easily remember Lance Berkman. Dante Bichette for the Rockies was another one I remember seeing a lot. So, it's just so weird. I mean, to see these guys just retire, and I mean, it seems like just yesterday I was watching them, at a game in San Diego. So it's pretty crazy. I'm not a big basketball fan. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think I've said it before. I don't like basketball. I'm not a big fan of the sport. I'm sorry to anyone who is. I come from San Diego. San Diego's got two professional sports teams there. That's football and baseball. Honestly, if they had hockey, I don't see any reason why I would have left then. But the cost of living and all that. Anyway, whatever. Shut up. So, yeah, man. So, I'm sorry I got off the whole basketball thing there. But this past Saturday, that is great. That was crazy. The two top seeded teams were knocked out by the 7 and 8 teams. I mean, on one hand that's crazy, but on the other hand that's cool, and on another hand you're like, well, looking at the way the whole basketball March Madness thing's been going this year, it looks like a lot of bottom seeded teams have been knocking out the top seeded teams. So, I mean, brackets have been getting busted left and right because of, the bottom seeded teams beating out the bigger people. So, congratulations to University of Connecticut and University of Kentucky, and best of luck to them. Hopefully, well, of course, one of those teams is going to come out on top. But the game is today, actually. I don't know what time. Don't quote me on that. But so yeah, that'll be a pretty interesting thing to see if you're into basketball. Now I know that Kentucky game against Wisconsin, I was looking at it on my phone, and it was a pretty close game. Kentucky was, when I first checked the score, Kentucky was 7 points behind, and then they just stuck real close with Wisconsin. So I bet it was a pretty interesting game to be at. Also, those who were out here in Texas for the Duck Commander 500, I'm sorry, that sucks to be you. Man, it rained all day, and I know, because I know the feeling. I mean, I don't know the feeling of going to a rained out race, but I had to work on my car today. I couldn't even do that because of the stupid rain. I had something completely go wrong with my whole brake system. I gotta repair, but I mean, man. So to all you race fans who were sitting out there waiting and waiting and waiting, trust me, I was sitting in my house waiting and waiting and waiting for maybe an end. I was even looking at radar, like rain maps, just to see if there was a possible chance that this stuff was going to stop, and man, it just did not want to stop. So hopefully tomorrow everything could be dry and a little warmer and let me work on my car, huh? Golly. So, sorry about that, guys. It sounds like, from what I read, though, the race will be back on today at 11 o'clock. So, it was rained out on Sunday. Monday, they're hoping for a green flag drop at 11 o'clock. So, if you bought tickets and you're able to get back out there, that's awesome. But I don't know too many people who go out there for the weekend and plan on going back out there on a Monday. So that sucks for those people who did have tickets. But from what it looks like, from everything I've seen on Twitter, it looked like a pretty cool thing. I mean, there are a lot of the Robertsons out there. Most of the Robertson boys were out there from what I've seen on Twitter. So that's awesome. So we're gonna go from all that sports and everything, and we're gonna talk about what's coming up. Summer. What do you do in summer? Oh, I don't know, man. We can go on vacation. We'll work if you're an average American. You cook out too, right? You cook out a lot. Who doesn't cook out? I'm from California, so we don't need it to be summer. We just cook. We just cook out. We don't care. We got porches and we got little, them little tailgate charcoal grills. We don't need porches and hot weather, or we don't need hot weather and all that stuff to grill. We just grill. We don't care, rain or snow or shine. We'll still be out there grilling. But a recent study shows that beer and barbecue are a cancer-fighting match made in heaven. Yeah, so a new study suggests combining the two may be even better than you thought. Researchers in Portugal found that marinating meat in a beer decreased the levels of cancer-causing compounds by up to 53%. Now, the black beer had the strongest effect, reducing PAHs by more than half, while non-alcoholic brew decreased levels by 25% and Pilsners by 13%. Credit beer's antioxidant effect, which blocks the formation of PAHs, a type of free radical. Other steps you can take to minimize PAHs include grilling further away from charcoal, trimming visible fat off of the meat to avoid dripping onto the charcoal. That's the best part. You're not going to trim meat off. And replacing the charcoal frequently to avoid recirculating PAHs from previous cookouts. I myself am I've found since I moved to Texas, I will start with a little bit of charcoal and then I'll throw wood on, because one, I've noticed the wood burns longer, and two, it adds more flavor to the meat, depending on what you're cooking. No matter what you're cooking, it's going to add more flavor to the meat. Now, as far as what type of wood I use, just really depends on what type of grilling wood I can find. I'll go from mesquite to, I think I've used hickory in the past as well. Again, it burns really hot, so if you're doing like a giant cookout or something, that works perfect because that stuff will burn longer. And if you notice it start to die out, you just add another log, just one log or two, and it'll just poof, it'll flame right back up. Not only that, you're cooking it with heat. You're also cooking it with the smoke. The smoke it gives off adds, again, that flavor. And I mean, it makes for real juicy meat. And to those who are against all this charcoal business, there you go. So there's this man in Maine who I wish I had this luck that he had. Some of you may have heard about the story. After finding it and looking around, I found it on a few other websites. It turns out a man who went up to an ATM wanting $140, the broken ATM spits out $37,000. So you go up to an ATM and you say, man, I gotta get freaking $140 out because that's all I owe left on my rent and that's what's in my account. And you get there and the thing starts spitting out money. I mean, like, you didn't even... I just came from a casino last week, so I know, how you gotta keep hitting buttons and stuff like that and hearing bells and whistles. This man just put his ATM card in and it gave him $37,000. The luck of some people, right? So he obviously did not have a case on the Mondays. He had a case of, man, this is awesome days. A malfunctioning ATM at a bank in Maine has dispensed $37,000 in cash to a man who requested $140. Now, you gotta wonder if that was you, or no, you gotta wonder if that guy was like, taking it back inside and saying, I only needed 140, but it just kept spitting out. So I'm just giving you guys back. I just want to redeposit this into my account, even though I don't own it. No, that's not what he did, though. South Portland police say they responded to the TD Bank branch Thursday morning after getting a call from a woman who said a man was spending an unusual amount of time at the ATM she was waiting to use. Officers found the man stuffing cash into his shopping bag. The money was returned to the bank. Bank officials say don't want to press charges, but police continue to investigate. The man hasn't been charged. Why should he be charged? It was I don't know, something's wrong with the ATM. It's a malfunctioning ATM. Get the ATM fixed. Don't make the guy pay for your mistake. On top of that, that woman is an idiot for standing there. She's standing there looking at her cell phone, looking at her watch, thinking to herself, man, this guy's taking a really long time. I give up after 5 or 10 minutes. If I'm standing there and you're standing at an ATM and you're taking more than 5 minutes, obviously you're doing something, you're having issues, and I'm going to get the heck out of there, because I ain't fixing to see you turn around and tell me there's something wrong with the ATM. On top of that, if I see you standing there for 5 or 10 minutes and you're still standing there after that long, still fiddling with the ATM, I'm going to assume there's something wrong with the ATM, and I'm going to say, you know what? Forget about it. I'll find another ATM. Just forget about it. So that woman, ooh, that guy probably just, ooh, because, I mean, think about it, she ruined it for him. That's messed up, man. So, I've never really dined and dashed. I can honestly say that. Maybe there's some people who have, maybe there's some people who haven't, like me, because we're awesomely good like that. No, I really haven't dined and dashed, but I'm not saying anything bad about anyone who has done it. But there is one gentleman. He was guilt-ridden, and he makes his amends to a restaurant 70 years after a dine and dash. An elderly man in his 80s recently made a special trip to Lamb's Grill, a restaurant in Salt Lake City, Utah, to make amends for a crime he committed over 70 years ago. As reported by KSL News, a woman entered the iconic Salt Lake City restaurant and caught server Jasmine Back's attention. This woman walks in the front door, and she looks like she's on a mission, said Back. She starts in and says, "My father," so my mind wanders, and I think, what's going to happen next? Next, she says, he dined and dashed here in 1941. The woman's father was only 10 years old at the time and reportedly ate at the establishment with a friend. But when they realized that they couldn't pay the bill, which totaled $1, that was it. They ran away. The story goes on to say that the father, the man, the 80-year-old, was still so ashamed to this day. He couldn't even walk inside and face them. He was like that guilt-ridden. He sent his daughter in first to like try to break the ice. He felt just so guilty still by it. And his daughter ended up paying. He gave his daughter $5 to give to the owner of the restaurant, which back in 1941, obviously, the ownership has changed since 1941. So the current owner said he would give the $5 to the, to the previous owner who this man dined and dashed on. I looked at the pictures of this restaurant now. The restaurant did invite the man back, no hard feelings. Come in, eat whenever you want. It looks like a very expensive restaurant. I don't think you're going to be eating a complete meal for $1 at this restaurant today. I'm pretty sure it's going to be $1 plus like maybe $49 just for one plate. The place looked pretty high class. So I don't think he's gonna be eating there. You never know though. But I wouldn't put my chickens in that basket and count them or anything. However that phrase goes. So our world, what we're coming to as a nation, and I got 5 minutes left, so I'm gonna rant off here. I'm gonna vent here. Okay, so it pisses me off, like, what our world is coming to, what we're coming to, how we're conforming to too many people, how we're conforming to just, like, too much, You know, example, they take out the word God out of our national anthem, or not national anthem, out of our Pledge of Allegiance, so nobody else gets offended. They either take it out or they don't say it at all, so nobody else feels offended. This is America. Okay, Native Americans were here first. Whoever was here second, who cares? But I mean, if you're offended by it, and I was thinking about it this week, I mean, honestly, think about it. If you come to my house, okay, you're a guest in my house, and I fart, and you're offended by that, you're in my house. I mean, I'm gonna fart and I'm gonna burp. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna excuse myself, but I'm still gonna fart. Okay, it's just a natural habit. It's something I've been doing for 32 years, and I'm not gonna stop just because you get offended by a little bodily noise. That's how I feel like we've gone as a country. Like, we don't want to offend, you know, some young Chung or whoever, God knows whoever. And so, I mean, it's very easy to say, I'm offended by the whatever. I'm offended by the Pledge of Allegiance because my ancestors, were bombed by your country back in the day, and I feel like it's rubbing it in my face. Or where this story is, a kindergartner praying at lunch says teacher told her you're not allowed to pray. Really? Come on, really? It's freaking America. Freedom of speech. She's got the right to do whatever. The school is arguing it that maybe she's a kid. She could just be saying that. Kids say the darndest things. She just came home from school, and see, that's the thing. She's, believe she's 5 years old. I mean, obviously she's in kindergarten. Yeah, she's 5 years old. I have a 5 and a 6-year-old, and they don't make junk up like that. Okay, if it's something that happens at school, they will not make that stuff up. All right, so. I mean, the school's like, well, maybe, every teacher is saying, no, we didn't say anything like that to her. Of course, because they're trying to avoid the press. They're trying to avoid being fired. And it also turns out this girl's father owns a Christian bookstore. And they're trying to push a new book that the store just acquired called God Less America, or God Less Talk. Oh, man, I can't remember. I didn't save that part of the story, but it's sad when we've gotten to that point in America where you can't, I don't want to say, you can't pray. I don't know. It's just, to me, it boggles the mind. Like, you do what you want. It's America, This isn't one of those countries where you can be locked up for having any type of faith. If that's the case, we might as well just give up all our rights and just let it, just get bullied and pushed around. It's not right. Honestly, it's not right. If my daughters came home and told me that their teacher wouldn't let them say grace before they ate lunch, yeah, I'd be pretty upset. But luckily, their daycare that my youngest one goes to, they say grace before lunch. So that's cool. I'm completely for it. I have no problems with it. I'm not against it. That's awesome that they're teaching them that young, and that's awesome that they're keeping it in the school. It just sucks because when those kids get out of daycare and they go to public schools, this type of stuff happens where they can't, they don't have a right to pray or anything. They don't have a right to at least just say grace before they eat. They're kids. Who cares? So, to whoever atheist teacher is too scared to step up and say, yeah, I did it and I apologize. That's, come on, man. Really? Come on. Why didn't you just tell her there's no Santa Claus at the same time? Do apologize if anybody's listening to the show with your kid, and the whole no Santa Claus thing is a lie. Santa Claus is real. He is not a myth. He exists. I have seen the sleigh and the reindeer flying overhead as I was setting my trash out one Christmas Eve. So it is very, very true. But so anyway, wow, I filled 30 minutes and it didn't even feel like it. That is awesome, right? That's awesome. Good job, Lyle. Yes. 4 stories and 5 stories, 6 stories. I don't know. I lost count after one. That's just, one, how tired I am, and 2, just whatever. That's where I'm at. So, guys, again, thank you for putting up with me for another week for 30 some odd minutes. And hopefully we get better weather, huh? Out here in Texas and wherever else you're listening to this podcast at. Hopefully your weather is A-OK, thumbs up, and you get to lay out and wear some shorts and short sleeves and sunglasses and flip-flops, sandals, whatever you call them. And hopefully you guys have better weather or just a good week. Whatever you're doing, I hope you guys have a great week. Take care. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy each other. Be nice to someone. Smile. Huh? Yeah? Smile. Slap someone a high five. Just randomly. Just randomly. That's your challenge for this week. Just a stranger. Just a straight up stranger. Just go up to him and slap him a high five. Hey bro, what's up? High five. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just pause the podcast right now because you're not missing much. And just slap someone a high five. Just like, bro, you know what? What's up, man? Bam, high five, you know. Here's a quick joke I was meaning to open the show with, and I just remembered it. So I'm going to close this show out with it. What do you call someone with no fingertips? Think about it. Don't Google it. Just think. Ready? Pointless. Pointless. If you have no fingertips, I do apologize if that joke offended you. Anyway, you folks have a great week, an awesome week, and we will see you or hear from you or talk to you next week. And always remember, a bad day is better than no day any day. So you folks have a great day. Thanks for your time. God bless. Take care.